Hey there, Bloomers and friends. Rev Kev coming to you from my usual perch in the Bloom office. It's good to be with you today. I've had some sad news in my life in the sense that on All Saints Sunday afternoon, for us, word did come to me that my mentor, Reverend Gregory Dell, had passed away. It is a big loss throughout the progressive community within the United Methodist Church, and it's a big loss to us as Mike and I, as he was our mentor and our friend in Chicago. He's the person who commissioned us along with the whole rest of the Broadway congregation to this ministry, and he's the person that brought me inspiration any number of times. We tested ideas with him, and as Bloom was beginning, we tested ways to be about our worship and our mission and what we were doing, and we always had him in our minds as we were developing this ministry in the very early days. He was our model for welcome. The words that I say on Sunday morning are not, when I welcome people to our congregation, are not exactly what Gregory Dell would say, but they are along the lines, and I say them as I say them and remember him every Sunday when I do. And one of the things that he said to me once is that he gets the question every now and then from people, and it's the same question that I get every now and then, and that question is, do you have to say that whole long welcome every Sunday? Couldn't you shorten it some? And the answer to that question that he gave is the same one that I give, and that is, when would you like someone not to hear that welcome? We get people new almost every Sunday as visitors. Which Sunday would it be that someone ought not hear the welcome, that we welcome you as you see yourself from the inside out rather than an identity that we would foist upon you? So our welcome is based upon what we experienced at Broadway, and it is foundational in a sense that it was taught to me by my mentor, Greg Dell. There's a couple of other things that he did for me in my life that I want to share that shaped me in the way in which I'm in ministry for Bloom. One is that when I was working in the business world and maintaining my clergy credentials through the grace of the Board of Ordained Ministry of the Wisconsin Conference of the United Methodist Church, I had to fill out a form every year that said I wanted to continue on. At first it was honorable location, and then it was leave of absence. To fill out that form, and I had to do that through a local church, and that local church was, with connection, was the Broadway United Methodist Church, and the pastor of that congregation had to sign off on this form. And I remember the first time I went to Greg, after he had been appointed to Broadway, and said, I need this form signed, would you do it? And he said to me, absolutely. I will do whatever I need to do to ensure your credentials in ministry. I will do whatever it takes to support you. And that is an inspiration for our ministry of welcome and support for people in celebration of who they are. We want to do whatever we can to support people when there is a situation that is oppressing them. And the final thing that he inspired me to is martinis, but that's a whole different story. He liked gin, and of course people know that I on the 2 martinis a week have vodka. I hope you can appreciate someone in your life as much as I appreciate Greg Dell. And I hope you also know that Greg was a great inspiration to us, and his presence will never leave as he has stepped into eternity before the rest of us, because he has been essential in what is the core and the basis for our ministry here. And I hope that his influence never leaves Bloom either. This is a big weekend for Bloom, Pride weekend. Friday night is the Shabbat. welcoming Interfaith Shabbat service at 6:30 at Temple Isaiah. Many Bloom folks are involved in the big band concert on Saturday night at the Palm Springs High School Auditorium. And of course, on Sunday, we have our parade contingent that you're welcome to come and walk with us so that we can bring Bloom's welcome to people along the parade route. And we have our worship service on Sunday morning at 10 o'clock where Ron Lang is the preacher this Sunday. We are happy to have Ron Lang back in the pulpit. So it's you can check out these details in the rest of Bloom Notes. It's good to be with you in this moment. Look forward to being with you again soon. If you can't be with us in body, please be with us in spirit. And as always, please keep us in your prayers.